Hey everybody, this is Darren here to help you get more out of movies, and today we're going to talk about some of the best movies currently available on Hulu. Yep, first for me, I've never recommended movies on Hulu, largely because there's not really very many good movies on Hulu, but luckily there are some extremely good foreign films currently available. Don't go anywhere. I know foreign films freak some people out. Some people don't like reading subtitles. Half the movies on this list do not have subtitles. How is that possible? Well, it's because there are other countries outside of the United States that speak English, and we're going to talk about some of those movies, as well as some movies from some countries where they don't speak English, and you will have to read subtitles, but I'll be sure to delineate and tell you where these movies come from. We're starting the list off. We're going to visit the UK for a movie called FILTH. Now, I really enjoyed this movie. It's got James McAvoy. He's been really great lately. He does such a good job of just having like range. He's really a bad dude in this one. Not necessarily a criminal. He actually is a cop, but he is just a really seedy character. He's really fun to watch. I really enjoyed this movie from beginning to end, with one exception. There's kind of an odd element to it that comes into play, and you don't really realize it until you get about 80% of the way through the movie. But the ride from beginning to end, with one exception, is really kind of fun and just interesting. It's gritty. It's just interesting, you know. It's just different. I liked it a lot, but because it sort of has this thing that turned me off, I gotta put it back at number 10. At number 9 on the list, we're gonna stay in the UK for Four Lions, which is actually a comedy about 4 terrorists planning an attack in London. Now, that sounds horrific, and it is. This is a dark comedy, but it is so funny. A couple of the guys are really dumb. One of them's not so dumb, and things do not go well for them. So you can laugh at this one. You can enjoy it. And then there's just some really well-written banter between these guys as they're trying to figure things out. So it's not so grim because it's not like terrorists, you know, executing a plan throughout. It's really them just like fumbling their way through the planning stages, and then it gets a little more serious towards the end, but I think it had a really good conclusion given the subject matter, and it is just funny. If you like the British style of humor, if you like their TV shows, this one is going to be right up your alley. I laughed all the way through it, and I had to watch this one by myself. Sticking with comedy, we're going to go to China for Kung Fu Hustle. Now, this one came out in 2004, and I actually saw it in a theater because I had heard some interesting things about it, and it had a decent run here in the US, and it is a really fun movie. Now, it's sort of an action comedy, almost feels like a musical. There's not really musical performances in it, but it feels almost like kind of like a staged performance type of thing. It feels almost like a play, but then there's these really just wild special effects and just craziness going on in it. It's just, you know, people are almost made out of rubber in this movie. Stuff's flying everywhere, and it's just really fun to watch. It is subtitled. There's not a ton of dialogue in it because there's so much action, and the action is just so crazy and interesting to watch. The dialogue's funny, and because the dialogue really takes place in between the action, in my opinion, reading the subtitles on this one doesn't take you out of the action that's taking place. For the newest movie on the list, I'm going to go with The Square, which was actually nominated for Best Foreign Film in the Academy Awards this past year, and it's a really good movie. Centers around an art gallery. It comes from Sweden, and it's mixed in terms of language. So some of it's subtitled, and some of the characters actually speak English. So it's going to jump around a little bit. But if you're slightly interested in some of the clips that I'm showing you, this is a weird one, but it's really well done. And if you want to kind of jump into like an art house thing and feel maybe a little special because you watch an art house foreign language movie, this would be the one to watch from this list. At number 6 is one of my personal favorites on the list. It's just not as good a film as some of the ones further down the list, but that is Hunt for the Wilderpeople from New Zealand. This one's also very new. It came out in 2016, and it was actually directed by the same guy who just most recently did Thor Ragnarok. So if you liked what he did with that, if you like sort of the sense of humor that Thor had, which I did, I really liked it. This movie he did before. He also did What We Do in the Shadows. I know a lot of you have seen that. I get a lot of comments on that movie. I love that movie as well. This one's not as funny. It's got a little bit more of a serious tone, but it is still really funny. The main character, Ricky, in the movie, the fat kid, he's actually one of the main characters in the upcoming Deadpool movie, so that's just another reason to watch this one. But this one's really fun and interesting. It's about an orphan kid who gets adopted, and then he ends up running away into the brush, and it's sort of an adventure story. Sam Neill has a really good part in it. I just really enjoyed this one. I watched it a couple of times when it came out, and I'm actually surprised to see that it's available on Hulu. I've got some new shirt designs available in our Teespring store, so be sure to check that out. If you're wondering why I'm wearing rags and not one of the shirts that I just mentioned, it's because this is the tail end of our first week home with our brand new baby girl. We've got a toddler and a newborn at home. I'm on very little sleep, but I still managed to crank out this video for you. So definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to keep making videos about movies on Hulu. I'm not certain I'll be able to keep it up because there's not much there, but I want to give you these at the very least. At number 5, it's another one I've recommended on the channel before, and that's AKIRA. Now this one is an anime from Japan, and even if you're not into anime, if you're slightly curious and you feel like dipping your toe into the water of anime, this is the one to watch. This is sort of the cornerstone of anime for a lot of people. Real anime nerds are not necessarily going to agree with that, but they at least have to agree that if you're going to watch one anime movie, this is not a bad place to start. Beware of dipping your toe in the water of anime though, because there is a monster with tentacles made out of dicks in there that could possibly grab you. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's best you just steer clear of anything related to what I just said. But moving on, let's go to South Korea for I Saw the Devil. This is a killer serial killer thriller. Didn't even mean for all that to rhyme, but it happens. Really good serial killer movie. It's got action in it. It's scary at times. It's gripping from beginning to end. It's really well done. It's really well shot. It's an accomplished director. This, if you want a good thriller and you don't mind subtitles, this is probably the one to go with on this list. I really dug this movie. On a side note, there are a lot of movies like this that come out of South Korea. They do an incredible job with some really dark thrillers. If you like this one, you might want to start going down the dark thriller from South Korea rabbit hole, because there is one and I've yet to find the bottom of it. On a lighter note, we're going to go to France for Amelie. This is a classic movie. A lot of people have seen it. Won a lot of awards. It's got beautiful cinematography. This is a great date night movie. If you want to impress somebody that you can watch a movie with subtitles, great way to go. It's a beautiful little love story, but it's also just really interesting to watch. The main character has these weird little quirks, and it's shot in such a way that like we really see what she's thinking. The camera goes into places not inside her head, but it really illustrates what she's narrating and what she's thinking. So it's visually a really impressive movie. You can almost watch this one and not read the subtitles and just be amazed at how beautiful the movie is. It really is, and I'm not just gushing, it really is exceptional in that regard. So watch it for that, if no other reason. But if you're not squeamish about subtitles and you somehow never came across this movie, definitely watch it, but I would imagine this is the one on the list that most people have seen. Number 2 on the list is Let the Right One In from Sweden. And if you ever saw Let Me In, which I've mentioned on this channel before, this is the original Swedish version, and it's superior as most original versions are, but not by a lot. I mean, it's a really just solid film. It's about a little boy that befriends a neighbor girl who turns out to be a vampire. And that sounds kind of lame on the surface, but it's really well executed, and it's really just a nice, beautiful little movie that kind of came out at the peak of sort of the vampire craze in the mid-2000s, and it kind of broke the mold. It really kind of told this really kind of, you know, really touching little story that's also really dark at times, and it's got a really good feel to it, really well done. I highly recommend it, which is why it's at number 2. And finally at number 1, I love this movie. It's from Japan. It's called 13 Assassins. It is a just awesome, awesome samurai movie. It's dark, it's gripping, it's well shot, it looks realistic. So basically what we've got with this movie is just a really good samurai story. It feels like an old Western. You know, it's fairly new. It was made in the last 10 years, but it's got kind of an old Western type story, and a lot of our old Westerns were taken from samurai stories and samurai movies. So that's why it feels that way, but it is totally original. It's based on a true story. So it's interesting the whole way through. It's not a slow burn, but it'll feel like a slow burn when it's over, because the last 30 minutes of this movie are some of the most action-packed movies you're gonna see, not just on Hulu, but like on any streaming service. It's bloody, it's heavy, it's one of the most masculine movies I've ever seen. I've loved it. I've watched it a bunch of times. If you've seen 13 Assassins, anything else on this list, let me know in the comments below. I do read them. But thanks for watching. As long as you keep watching these videos, I'm going to keep making them. But thanks for watching this one, and you will see me next time.